CNN reporter suggests Trump is a racist, but Hispanic man in MAGA hat sets him straight. Hello and welcome to TSD. If you are new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell so you can receive news and updates that you can rely on daily. Despite CNN's claims that President Donald Trump is attacking Mexicans and other immigrants, one Hispanic man set them straight on national television. The best part? He did it while wearing a Make America Great Again hat. Ray Baca and his organization, Border Hispanics for Trump, were the subject of a Thursday CNN piece on Hispanics who support the president. The network's bias came out in full force in the first few seconds of the report when reporter Erica Hill claimed that Trump launched his 2016 campaign with an attack on immigrants from Mexico, saying Mexico isn't sending their best and infamously calling Mexicans rapists. After Hill's introduction, the report showed Baca working to win over Hispanic voters in El Paso, Texas. CNN reporter Nick Valencia asked Baca why he was working for the re-election of Trump, and the 65-year-old man explained that the president's conservative values are closely aligned with his own. Valencia pushed Baca on how he can still support a president who is seen as saying racist things against the Latino community. He responded, "I disagree. I really don't think he said things that are racist." Immediately after Baca's comments, CNN spliced in footage of the aftermath of the El Paso mass shooting in August, with Valencia explaining how the massacre was a racist attack against Latinos. Baca wasn't convinced that that was even slightly Trump's fault. "I just don't think you can hold a president, or President Trump in particular, responsible for the actions of a single madman," he told Valencia. CNN also found another Hispanic voter, 29-year-old Blanca Binkley, who confirmed she was a Trump supporter. Although Binkley was born in Mexico, she is now a U.S. citizen who cast her first vote in a presidential election for Trump in 2016. She said she plans to vote for him again in 2020. Baca and Binkley aren't alone in their support of the president either. One poll found that half of Hispanics approve of Trump's performance in office, blowing a massive hole in CNN's narrative. By the way, let's take a look at CNN's pandering defense of Mexicans.
President Trump launched his 2016 campaign with an attack on immigrants from Mexico, saying Mexico isn't sending their best and infamously calling Mexicans rapists. Yet as CNN's Nick Valencia reports, one group of Hispanics near the border not only insists he is the candidate that's most in line with their values, they're also campaigning hard for his re-election.
Are you a member of Border Hispanics yet?
No, I'm not.
Ray Baca has his work cut out for him. As the chair of the Border Hispanics for Trump, living in the Democratic stronghold of El Paso, his goal is to get Latinos to help re-elect the president. But the odds are against him.
I'm with Border Hispanics for Trump. How are you? Have you heard of us?
As the 65-year-old sees it, there are countless Latinos who support the president, but are afraid to admit it. He hopes to convince them that their values are more in line with the GOP and with Trump.
I look at President Trump as the one who most closely represents my values.
People will hear that and say, values? You know, what values does the president have? So when you say that, what do you mean?
I mean supporting things that I support, like being against abortion, being for limited government involvement, being for border security.
Indeed, support for Trump in Texas among Latinos has remained steady at 30%, according to a recent CNN poll. The unwavering support comes in the face of criticism over the president's rhetoric on the Latino community, which his critics at best see as offensive and at worst, racist.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best.
How can you still support somebody who they see as saying racist things against the Latino community?
I disagree. I really don't think he said things that are racist.
In August, 22 people were killed in a racist attack targeting Latinos at an El Paso Walmart. Baca says anyone who blames Trump because of his rhetoric and border policies is trying to make political hay of the shooting.
I just don't think you can hold a president, or President Trump in particular, responsible for the actions of a single madman.
Baca agrees with the president on most things, but not everything. Mainly, though he supports the idea of a wall. he questions the practicality of building one across the entire U.S.-Mexico border, a signature issue for Trump and his base.
I see him with his faults, I see him warts and all. I don't want to spend, $200 billion on a wall if you can do it for $50 million and solve the problem. I'm Ray Baca.
Yes, I remember you, Ray.
Well, good to see you. Good to see you.
Tonight, Baca's pitch for Trump comes at an impromptu gathering of conservatives. But even in a friendly crowd, it can be a hard sell.
I'll think about it.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Can't win them all.
But there are already some unlikely voters he doesn't have to win over.
President Trump was the first president that you voted
Yes.
Originally from Mexico, 29-year-old Blanca Binkley became a U.S. citizen just 5 years ago. She plans on voting for Trump again in 2020.
Oftentimes when I'm asked, but why, or like I feel like someone's going to throw eggs at me or I'm going to be shunned from the Hispanic community,
Shunned by some, perhaps, but that's what Ray Baca and Trump are counting on.
We need to get our Hispanic brethren to quit voting Democrat simply because that's what they've always voted.
Nick Valencia, CNN, El Paso, Texas.
It should be noted that regardless of what Trump said or didn't say about those from south of our border, Mexican is a nationality, not a race. In fact, Mexico is a fairly diverse country with mixed racial heritages. Along with Hispanic peoples, Mexico also boasts whites, blacks, and a large population of people with majority indigenous American ancestry, according to the CIA. Boiling the entire country down to a single race shows just how far CNN is willing to go to paint the president in a negative light. However, it looks like even fewer people are buying the network's dishonest rhetoric. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And haven't you checked out the official TST store yet? It has a variety of Patriot-themed custom t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, phone cases, and a ton more. Make sure to check it out and maybe help us out by picking some products for yourself and your loved ones at very reasonable prices. It does make a huge difference to what we're doing here. Link in the description below. If you've liked this report, let us know by tapping the like button down below, share the news among friends and family, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more news and updates on TST. This is David Ravine, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.